So welcome to a special Halloween episode of The League. This is the Trick or Treat edition. The treat is that JB is out of town and he asked me, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, to fill in. So I swung on in from New York City to help my good friend out. The trick portion of this event is the fact that apparently every team decided to pick up players that had to buy on week 9. So the trick is to navigate the waiver wires and to make a scrub team to beat the other scrub team. Unless you're playing JB, John, which means your team was already playing a scrub of a team. So week 8 in the book, and we're getting really close. It's almost the end of the second quarter of the league once we get to week 9. And this is where it's pretty much do or die for some teams, and for other teams, it's just you build up a big enough lead that technically you can almost squeak yourselves into the playoffs. Jenny and Bob at 6-2, you haven't quite clinched a berth in the playoffs just yet. You're one game away, just one game away. And then technically, Andy and JB haven't clinched a berth in the losers bracket. They're also one game away. JB predicted at the beginning of the season that you would have to finish with a winning record to get in, which means 13 games, 7-6 would be the minimum. So Jenny's almost there, Jenny and Bob. Whereas Andy and JB, hey, looks like you two are on a crash course for destiny of the ultimate Dumper Bowl matchup. And I gotta say, I'm personally looking forward to that dream matchup. Aren't you? Aren't you? Wouldn't you like to see two heavyweights like that go at it? I mean, it would be epic. It would probably be the game I would pay to watch those two in a room watch football as they watch their teams put up a measly 80-something points against each other. I mean, it would be the epic of terribleness. Well, Jenny's well on her way to making to the championship to be the first husband-wife combo. And my money's on Jenny, not Bob. And we've seen Bob here before. I've looked back at the stats. Bob, you've been there and you can't do it. You're like the Peyton Manning of the league here, because you're great in the regular season, you stink in the postseason. Hey, I get it. Yep, he's got one ring. He's been there. Maybe this is the year. No, even with this year with the Denver Broncos. No, I don't think Peyton Manning and the Broncos make the Super Bowl. Just my pick. Just throwing it out there. Spider-Man isn't anything to do with this league. Spider-Man, that's the best thing about having Spider-Man here today. It's the fact that I don't give a crap. So I can speak freely. Speaking of freely, I'm on vacation, so I might as well enjoy it. Right now, New York City could be in flames from the Green Goblin or Doc Octopus, and I wouldn't care, because you know why? I'm here with you folks, and that's what really matters. So a little bit of information here. We're getting close to the Olympics, and when it comes to the Olympics, we're going to start talking about hockey and curling, and these are going to be two main events that are going to help us dictate where you guys are going to lie. So right now, and can I say how much of a creeper JB is? I mean, look at this. He's got a notebook with me on the cover. What a weirdo. So, for hockey, here's how the current draft will go as at this point. JB, Andy, John, Troy with an asterisk. Talk about the asterisks in a minute. Eric, Kara, Charlie, Sam, Kyle, Travis, Bob, and Jenny with another asterisk. Then for curling, apparently you're going backwards, so then for curling it's Bob, Travis, Kyle, Sam, Charlie, Eric, Troy with an asterisk, John, Andy, and JB. Remember, if you win the championship or the consolation championship, you don't get it, so that's where Jenny with an asterisk and Kara is. The asterisk is basically saying that when the commission comes back, because he flew overseas for a couple weeks. JB and the commission will sit down and discuss how they're going to handle the draft with Jenny and Troy's team. Spider-Man's 2-cent input is just to say that we'll draw names out of a hat, and that's who will represent who. So let's just say we pull Sam's name out of the hat for Jenny. That means wherever Jenny finishes or does in the pick'em and then the standings, that's where Sam gets the pick, and then obviously that would be, Katie would get Troy. It's just the same. I mean, it's just the way it is. I think it's the easiest thing to do, and so that way it still makes the league pick'em, because apparently in first place, once again, Jenny and Troy, I don't know what they do to win. It must be the Virginia water out there. I've never drank the Virginia water. Actually, I don't drink the New York City water because New York City water is piss. I don't know if you knew this, but it's terrible. Mazel tov. So aren't we excited for this? I mean, we're getting close to the end here, and I'm just my spidey sense is going off. And if you're gonna take my vote for it, I'm gonna give you my week picks, right? I'm gonna give you the people that I think are gonna do good this week. And if you're smart, you're gonna listen to good old Spidey. You're gonna listen to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and you're gonna move up on that leaderboard. Because, remember, first pick World Cup. All right, let's start with first matchup here. I'm going to take Eric over Andy because Andy, you're just another JV. You're JV Junior, and I think Eric being across seas beating you is a feat in itself. So there's one of my picks. I'm picking Sam over Kara. Just Sproles. Gotta love that Sproles guy, right? So that's how it's gonna be. Sorry. Charlie over Jenny. That's right. 4-4 Charlie gonna beat out 6-2 Jenny. My upset of the week: Troy over Bob. Or hearing it, calling an upset. 3-5 Troy will beat 6-2 Bob. It's like the Indianapolis game all over again. Whew. The blowout of the week, I'm predicting Kyle to blow out Travis. Ooh. That would be Kyle's 6th win in a row. Guys, remember when Kyle was 0-3 and in the bottom of the league, and then all of a sudden he popped off 6 straight wins? I mean, this meat clerk is slicing and dicing his team and trimming the fat and throwing it away. This team is Doc Ocking you schmucks away. So watch out. He is a dark horse that's going to rise up. But no, it's still going to be Jenny. Jenny, you're still my pick. And then obviously, come on, you always bet against JB. It's just it's like the 1-1, the 5-2. It's the bet that you put money on, you actually lose. It's the horse that comes in. John right now with only 42 points, and will still probably beat JB with only putting 3 people out on the field. It's just the way it is. That's how it works. So there you have it. One last thing that I have to do, apparently per every video from JB. He said if I don't do it, I'm disrupting the flow of it. We have to talk about our lovely sponsor, Fleischmann's. Fleischmann's helps you forget that your team sucks and makes you think that you're JB. Remember, Spuddy friends, friends don't let friends drink and drive. But you can let me drink and fly because I'm sorry, man. So, next week JB will be back. So sorry folks, yeah, that's just the way it is. So apparently he will see you next week on the Fantasy Gridiron.